Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back, dude, to another episode of the YoYoYo podcast with Martin and Hooter.
What's up, everybody? And how you doing, Hooter?
What is up, dude?
That's it, dude. Freaking last episode of 2019.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking, thanks for, no, I feel like I'm signing off the episode, but but thank you for joining us the whole fucking year, man, and fucking rolling with us. To those of you that just found us, fucking glad you fucking found us. Thank you for fucking spending part of your 2019 with us, and we hope that you roll into 2020 with all your resolutions. You know, if you've only been listening once a month and you fall behind, and now you're going to make a New Year's resolution to listen on a regular basis to the YoYoYo podcast, well, we commend you for that.
Hey, and if you're going to be the same piece of shit that you were in 2019, then have at it and just roll into 2020 being the same piece of shit.
Somebody posted something, dude, a little while ago. Mm-hmm. I was reading on you know, you go through the fucking timeline and shit. Mm-hmm. And it said, I'm starting 2019. If you owe me money, fuck it. If you blah, blah, like, if you're mad at me, you know, if we're fighting, my fault, my bad. Like, if we don't talk, good luck and stay healthy, eh? Like, it was really cool.
That's solid.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually going to look for it because that's how fucking good it was. Because, you know, there's people that are making fun of shit, but this one was almost like, como se dice, fucking, like, it spoke to me, Hooter.
One spoke to me, dude. One was my life, bro. Have you seen the ones where it says at the beginning of the decade and then at the end of the decade? Have you seen
the
those?
Picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
So one was the beginning of the decade. I know it was this fool all fucked up in the back of a car, right? Like just gone, dunzo, right? And then the at the end of the decade was this fool with the family, bro, taking a picture, posing, all happy with smiles and shit.
Wow.
I was like, dude, that's my life.
10 years ago, 2010.
2010, I was smashed half the time.
How old were you in 2010?
19.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Walking around with Gatorade.
Yeah.
What do you guys drink
with
at the
vodka.
party? What do you guys drink at the party, Hooter? Just Gatorade. And I'm looking at you like, oh, these healthy motherfucking teenagers. Huh. You know, back in my
basketball
day.
That's why Sonora has such a good basketball team. These will stay hydrated with full of electrolytes.
With a straight face. Dude, I still remember when you crashed the goddamn car. What the fuck were you doing, Hooter? Were you loaded? No. What were you drinking? Monsters? Okay. You fell asleep and you were drinking Monsters, you fucking asshole.
Bro, honestly,
no, I don't want to talk about it.
I thought about that a lot. Like, I wonder if half the time when I would tell my parents shit, if they'd even believe. Like, I wonder if when most of the shit that was coming out of my mouth, like, if you guys even bothered, like, if you guys are just like, you know what, fuck, why'd I even bother asking?
Why did I even bother asking? Exactly. But sometimes I would I'd keep asking just to see how far you would, not just how far you take it, just how creative you were, how you commit to it.
Miss Judy's my teacher, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
Dude, because like in the Dirty Tea, I was fucking high most of the time, dude.
I'm full of shit.
I'm full of shit for sure.
Just
and
lying.
Like my mom would ask me shit and I was so baked off my fucking brains. I was just like, dude, what? I'll just start making shit up. But then half the time I was like, I wonder if she even, like, at what point did she just say, fuck it, why am I still asking this?
Just to see when you're going to be honest.
Yeah, I guess
like,
so.
Just to see, okay, when can we have a conversation again? Because right now you're full of shit. I think it goes both ways. Parents are full of shit for a long time, and then finally they want to talk, and you're like, hey, you fucking kind of blew your credibility there for a while, fucker. That happens, you know, but I think kids do the same thing. And sometimes that gap is never bridged.
Yeah,
you know, there's never, because there's always going to be two poles. There's going to be two poles. There's no way that you're walking on the same path as a parent. No. Never. It's impossible. Or as another human, rather. But you can build bridges to connect to people. And sometimes there is no bridge to be built. And it's just that communication is irreparable. Yeah. You know, this is the quote. How I'm walking into 2020. If you owe me, don't worry about it. If you did some grimy shit, it's all good. If you're beefing with me, you won. If we ain't speaking, be safe.
Now, what if he owes fools money?
It's a she.
It's all good. Hopefully, you're all good. If I owe you money, hopefully we're good.
So here's the thing. They're just saying, for my part,
Okay.
this is on my side. Cause see, and that's the problem. You can't. Once you do some shit like that, you expect that somebody's gonna do that as well. Go fuck yourself. You're doing that because you want to. Don't do it with an expectation that it's going to be reciprocated. It goes the same way for everything I've learned.
Everything.
You know, you try, once you give up a certain amount of shit or ground, you know, like okay, like right now we're talking about how you used to lie to your parents, lie to your teachers, lie to your girlfriends. You just used to lie.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we didn't list that many people, but yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, those were the ones you would tell the truth.
But Jesus fucking Christ.
That's where you would make it.
You kept fucking going. I was like, gee, how many more people? Your family members, your grandparents, the nana. Do you remember looking straight into her eyes and lying to her? Yeah, the priest. Jesus.
Yourself.
You're still lying. You lie to your kids. You still lie to your parents, bro.
Yeah. Oh, they got no hot chocolate, just cocoa. Piece of shit. But when you are at that age, when you're doing that kind of lying, when you do find somebody, like those breakups, when you find somebody who's like just gonna say, okay, like, you don't understand. With you, I decided to be fucking honest. I decided to put it all on the line. I gave you everything.
I gave you all of me.
All of me. And you're not doing the same. Well, you know what? Again, that expectation that when you do something, it'll be done back. You're going to fucking be
Set yourself
angry, and you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to be fucked because you can't control what other motherfuckers are going to do.
You can't be going down on a chick and expect to get
blown
in return, bro.
And you can't be blowing and expect to get licked.
Nah, dude, you gotta just start blowing just because. Just for you.
This is for you.
More than for them.
Amen. So, you know, and that's the fucking thing, dude. Like, but that's saying right there, hey, she can't control the motherfuckers that she owes money to, but the ones that owe her. And granted, who knows how much they owe her? Because, like, if a motherfucker owed her 10 grand, it'd be hard to be like, yeah, just forget it. But if it's like a 20 here, 50, I don't even know what the max is, depending on what people's budgets are, you know? Yeah. But sometimes it's petty, the amount of money that people fall out over, right? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like ridiculously people. That guy owes me $100, bro. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you're gonna let that shit stop your friendship, then maybe it wasn't worth fuck. And it only cost you $100 to get rid of that.
Honestly, dude, one time I had this friend, and I had a bunch of weed on me, and I didn't want to roll around with it, and it was like, I don't know, maybe like $60 worth, and so I just shot it over to him, and he was like, "Oh, I don't have cash," and I was like, "Oh, bro, don't worry about it. When you do have cash, just fucking shoot it over." And the fucking guy started avoiding me, dude, but it wasn't like, hey, you fucking owe me, you know what I mean? Like, it was just like, here.
People just feel guilty.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And then, like, every time he saw me, he was like, hey, my bad, bro. But, like, he was trying to avoid me. And then finally, I'd, like, corner him. But not to say, where's my money? I'd just go say, what's up? And he'd be like, oh, fuck, my bad, dog. I don't have the cash. I'm like, bro, who gives a fuck about the money? I just didn't want to hold on to it anymore. You know.
You imagine how many dudes are walking around like, dude, fucking, how many chicks are walking around? Fuck, man, I sucked his dick and now he's avoiding me. What the fuck?
What the fuck, man?
He's avoiding me. It's not like I'm fucking hitting him up, asking him for head.
Yeah.
Why does he keep fucking ditching me?
Well, maybe it's because she gave weak-ass head.
Well, hey, there you go. But yeah, dude, that's fucking, what was your inspiration one that you said? Did you say it?
Yeah, it was just that picture of...
oh, that inspired you?
No.
Oh, it hit home.
It hit home.
Nice.
Because that's my life, dude.
19 to 29.
Mm-hmm.
So no, wait. You were gonna turn 19, right?
Yeah, because my birthday's in January, so yeah.
So you were gonna in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That's like fucking like you start the goddamn decade, not only with the month, but in 91, the 90s had just fucking kicked off. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're not going to remember those a whole lot.
Right.
You'll still get a little taste of them. Your 90s were like my 70s.
Yeah. You know what I noticed, dude?
What?
Every 20 years, shit comes back. Like, I remember when I was in high school, dude, the 80s were back, bro. Like, and not everything to a T, but as far as, like, colors make it back into fashion, the music, like, a lot of fools sample shit from the 80s. And now a lot of fools are sampling shit from the 90s, and a lot of fools are taking, you know, colors and certain like fonts for the clothes from the 90s. And dude, eventually it's gonna come back. Like the 2000s is gonna come.
But
in.
what was
early
the 2000s?
Jerseys. Remember when everybody was wearing jerseys and matching like every fucking detail?
That was the jersey time.
I don't think of the bagginess is gonna come back just because
I've
it's
seen
fucking
baggy
crazy.
shit out there.
Really,
I've seen baggy shit. I've seen chicks with baggy pants.
bro. I mean, we're talking about. I used to wear a 3XLT like an asshole. I don't think that's gonna come back, dude. And then you know what I think is gonna come back? Remember when
You're
fools?
gonna wear TXLT, but it's gonna fit.
Ouch! The beginning of the decade with me with a big ass 3XLT, at that fucking now at the end of the decade, me fitting into a 3XLT, snug. That's funny. I should do that. But do you remember when like? Fools used to just wear plain white tees or plain black tees.
Course.
I think that's going to come back.
Listen, I still enjoy wearing a black tee or a white tee. Like, I have white tees that I wear with jeans and chucks. Like, chucks, a T-shirt,
that's
and
gonna
jeans.
come back,
I don't
bro.
know. But I don't think that ever went away, Hooter.
But to the
I
point
don't
where it
think it
was
ever
like
went away.
a thing, dude. Because people were like, a lot of fools were rocking just like you weren't the only one.
You know what
I
else
mean?
is going to come back then? Von Dutch.
Oh, yeah.
Ed
That's
Hardy.
definitely going to come back around, bro. All that
Von
shit.
Dutch, Ed Hardy.
All your dragon shirts, bro.
And fucking True Religion jeans. Would you? Okay, look.
To
Okay,
be honest,
wait.
fools are still rocking True Religion, bro.
Okay, I'm not mad at them. I mean, they're in fucking, Oklahoma and Bakersfield, but no disrespect to Oklahoma and Bakersfield. Much love. Well, that's home of the rhinestones and motherfucking.
Those are some
True
rhinestone
Religions.
wearing motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, dude. But would you rock? See, okay, look, there's certain things, like the denim vest, for instance. Okay, like I fashion myself a denim vest every once in a while. Still, okay, I fancy myself a denim vest every now and again. Hooter, a denim shirt. I like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, and those were around back in the day. Now there's some shit like if you give them a go around the second, because they say if you gave them a go around the first time they were in, you got no business giving them a go around the next time. Yeah, that's what they say, that you got no business doing it the next time they come.
Okay.
Well, but it's not true. There is no rules to any of that shit.
Well, that's because you wear denim shit still to this day. So you're defending that side, bro.
I am defending that side. Now, there's some things like I don't know that I'd give the fucking True Religions another go around.
Or those button-up shirts where you would like flare up the things.
cuffs.
Yeah, but wasn't that a thing like in what, the 60s or 70s?
The 70s for sure.
Yeah, you see, so it comes
like
back,
that Austin
bro.
Powers shit.
That comes back, bro. It comes back. So I don't know, dude. I mean, everybody says they wouldn't, but hey, when it comes around, oh, you know what else is gonna make a comeback, dude? Polos. Remember when everybody was wearing fucking like preppy polo type shits?
Yes.
That's gonna come back too.
I can't remember the last time I wore a polo shirt.
Well, probably when you were what was it? Linebackers coach for the Raiders. What was that? Early 2000s?
It might have been.
03, 04?
I used to wear polo shirts back then.
Yeah.
I might have worn a polo shirt. One of the last times might have been in 09, 2010. I remember somebody making a comment about a polo shirt, and I was like, God damn.
And you stopped wearing them?
I stopped wearing them because it just hit home. Like it hit home in a weird way. Like, because usually I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? But when something makes sense, I'm like, God damn. And look, for me, I feel way more comfortable in a T-shirt than in a button-up or button-down shirt. If I'm wearing a button-up shirt, I usually feel more comfortable wearing it open with a black or white T-shirt underneath.
Yeah.
But just a shirt, Like I have a few guayaberas, those Mexican shirts with the
mesero shirts.
The waiter shirts. Yeah. Well, they're not waiter shirts, but
The let me fill your margarita shirts, bro. More chips and salsa, sir? Shirts. Here's your check, sir. Shirts.
Shit. I don't have a white one. That I feel would be more of a bartender mesero shirt.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I feel like guys my age feel comfortable rocking those shirts. I've seen a lot of dudes rocking those shirts.
Yeah, man. I remember I used to talk shit on you because you would try to wear shit that was young, but sometimes now I realize that like you were just wearing shit, right? Like, cause now like Leanne's talking shit to me and I'm like, bro, what? This is just like in the summer I bought shark shorts, right? And I thought it was funny because fucking Baby Shark was the shit, right? Everybody was singing Baby Shark, do. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna get these fucking trunks and I'm gonna fucking Baby Shark it up, right? And then Leanne saw me, and Leanne is 15,
right,
going on 16, and she was like, dude, why are you wearing those? Those are teenager shorts. Those are something, I like.
Teenagers feel like they own shit. First of all, and they don't own dick. All right. They think
welcome to Two Grandpas Podcast. two angry fucks who are mad at teenagers. We talk shit about teenagers for an hour and a half. No, dude. And honestly, that's what
How
I
old are
used
you,
to
man?
touch.
How old are you?
Fuck you. You don't know shit. What are you, 16?
Oh.
No, dude. Because when I was a teenager, that's when I used to talk shit to you about, dude, come on, you can't wear those. You're old, yada, yada. But, dude,
do you remember?
Now I'm just like, bro, I'm not wearing this to try to look young, dude. I just bought these because I thought they were cool. And now, that I think they're cool. It's not my fault that teenagers think they're cool, too.
Do you, like you're saying that I did it. I did it to dress young, is what you're saying. But okay, but it's not like I did it like it wasn't like I would get up and say, okay, what's gonna make me look young today?
Exactly, dude.
Now, it was just shit that I liked. Okay, now Naomi gets upset because whenever Chiki shows up to school, they ask her if that's her sister. And she's like, no, that's my mom. And they're like, that's not your fucking mom. And she goes, that's my mom. And so I remember when people used to say, is that your brother? And you used to get, just like you're getting upset right now. Now talk about, listen, I wasn't dressing young. People just assumed I was your older brother, not your father. Remember when we were at the Montebello Town Center and Ramon Ayala, a famous singer, was there with his whole entourage.
With his accordion. He was walking around the Montebello fucking Town Center with an accordion, bro.
It was shoot day that day for his whole crew. And fucking
it was fucking it was
bolo tie day. Shiny shirt day. Chaleco day.
It was the fucking one of those bracelets with the big old fucking placa right there with their last name or whatever. He was getting everybody I was getting everybody a fucking bracelet.
Yeah, it took you too long to spit that one.
Yeah.
Like we're playing Pictionary. Bolo tie.
Draw something else.
A crucifix. The anchor with Jesus.
Oh, time's up. Why didn't you put a square, bro, and a chain link?
Anyway.
Okay, this is how I would have drawn it, bro. Look. Everybody always knows.
But the point is, he looked over and he said, ¿Y tu hermano no quiere un retrato? Doesn't your brother want a picture? And yeah, and then you're like, no, it's not my brother, it's my dad. like a hater, But but why does that bother people? Because it's not like I was looking for it. It's not like I was out saying, hey, this is my little brother. Like, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it. People would say it to us.
But see, I would get more mad because you were walking around talking about, do you see that, bro? thought I was your brother, bro. Like, you'd get all excited about it.
Never have I pounded my chest like Tarzan. Not even when I'm at my most excited. All right, never have I pounded my fucking chest like Tarzan and stood up like a goddamn sequoia. Fucking.
Nah, dude, you used to get all happy, bro.
Of course I get
and
happy.
Announce it to the world. You used to post it on your MySpace bulletins,
No,
bro.
shut the fuck up.
That's why. But teenagers do feel like they fucking own everything.
Yeah.
And what I don't like is when they think like they're the shit singing the new song, but that song sampled an older song. I'm telling you.
And they don't even know what that song is. They don't even know that song belonged to somebody else prior to whatever fucking monkey's doing it now.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Like, I remember I used to like shit that Biggie Smalls used to come out, and that all that shit got sampled by even way older than me, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So I don't know. I'm just an old man, but dude, I'm 28, bro. So that's weird. Like, I'm not old, dude. I'm so young.
You know what's fucking crazy? You know when you will feel old? Well, not really feel old, but like right now, you are looking at fashion coming back. You're looking at these flashback pictures. You're looking at all that, you know?
Music.
And music is where I was going to go. When the oldie station starts rocking the shit that you used to listen to, hey, man, Joey Medina is in the house. Come in this way, homie.
Thank you.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
So sorry.
It's all good, bro.
Dude, it's
How you doing? We're talking shit about teenagers not being on time.
that's true. And sometimes their grandparents either. No, dude, I'm so sorry.
It's all
Today
good,
was a
homie.
weird
It's all
day.
good. Thanks for coming out.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Rocking your New York freaking Raider jersey.
That's right. I'm all mixed up. I'm East Coast and West Coast.
It's all fucking good. We're talking about how Hooter was saying how he's 30 this year, right? He'll be 29 coming up in January, and he's looking at the pictures that people are doing that 10-year challenge, so the decade thing, and like fucking you're seeing all these pictures. He was 19 to 29, and then he's talking about how like a lot of times fashion comes back, but that my niece, who's now 16, is ragging him about the way he dresses because they feel like they own fashion, they own words, they feel like they just invented everything.
Everything. But it's funny because I remember being that teenager saying like, "Oh, you're too old for that." Like, who the fuck are you to say? You're not the,
Right.
fashion patrol dude.
Yeah, but they think that they're the only ones that can rock certain shit. You know, like and I hate, bro. I hate that they're calling motherfucker boomer, bro.
But wait, it's a slang term, bro. You take it like too literal.
Well, no, but a boomer is a baby boomer, somebody that was born with it. That's all these crazy, like Generation X and boomers are two different motherfuckers, man.
Right.
And so to be called a boomer, I think it's a fucking insult, like a motherfucker, dude. Like.
But my dad thought that she was calling him truly a boomer, and he was like, "Wait, I'm not a boomer." But that's not how she's meant to. She probably didn't even know a boomer was somebody you call in that generation.
She knew that it was from that, because I even asked her, "What the fuck's a boomer?"
She did?
Yeah, and so she did know. And then I went on fucking the internet and I'm like, look, motherfucker, boomers were from blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. And fucking Generation X is blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. And I'm not no goddamn boomer.
Now, here's my birth certificate. What's that say? What year is that?
I used to have a VHS, goddammit.
Fucking, but they feel like they own shit. Everything.
But you know what it is? It's because anybody at that age, 16, right? Their world is so little. Like, I've forgotten 16 years of my life. Like, you know what I mean? I've been around so long. Like, I get a kid, like, their life is just this, like a small box. So everything in this small box, they're like, I know everything. But like, no, there's so much more out there. You know what I mean? They don't see the outside box. And that's the problem with younger kids, is that they only know what they know. That's it.
And you know what? Even for like people in the early 20s, I feel, and the box is getting smaller because because as much exposure as we have with the internet, the content is more and more controlled, so that even though there's information, the box of your exposure is smaller than it used to be back in the day, I feel.
Yeah. No,
you know?
definitely, and because don't forget, kids don't even leave their room anymore. They can be like when you and I were kids, we got to go outside. We had to be back at a certain time. You got to be back when the lights went down or whatever. You know, we went out and we did shit.
Right.
Kids nowadays, they just online the entire time. You know that during dinner, it's all the same thing. All they're doing is social media. And it's just a different kind of world than it was when you were younger. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a lot different kind of world.
Fucking it. Now you grew up.
Kids.
Where did you grow up? You grew up in the Bronx.
New York, in the Bronx.
Yeah, and you still were able to go outside.
Yeah, and the funny thing
is, how crazy was it?
Oh, it was crazy. Like, the funny thing is, it was crazy. But when you're in that world, you don't know it's crazy until you're like, I'm like. When I got older, I'm like, how the fuck did my mom let me go outside like that? This was horrible. Like, they were shooting. She would be like, all right, make sure when you go outside, don't go on that street because there was a killing there the other day. I'm like, okay, Mom, I won't. I'll go around the block the other way. Like, we would just do different. It really was crazy. Didn't know. But the thing is, you didn't know, and you just lived that way.
Yeah, I agree.
You knew to stay away from anybody. You knew how. Like, kids in New York. I mean, it's different everywhere. But I knew growing up as a kid in New York, I was really, really street smart because you kind of have to be. You know what I mean? So it's you stay away from people with their dicks out, and you just keep going forward. That's kind of the rule. That's like the only rule. Just don't go near anybody with their dick out.
And you know what, bro? I think back in the day, because there was a lot of dicks out in the fucking 70s.
A lot of dicks out on the subway.
I remember being a kid. Yeah. I remember being a kid and cars passing by with their dicks out.
Yeah.
Like what the asking for directions. Like, hey, that car wants directions. You go over there and you're like, what the fuck, man? He's got his, why'd you tell me to go over there? And then the older kids would be, like, no, motherfucker. He had his fucking dick out. Right. So when you say that, it reminds me motherfuckers were walking around with their dick out.
Dude, it's true.
Got you, bro.
Yeah, bro. That was crazy.
You guys just saw his dick, dude. What the fuck you talking
But you know
about?
what? But you know what? You know what's fucking nuts, dude? Like, if you ever see any of those sexploitation 70s movies, like Cheer Camp or whatever the fuck it is, the naughty cheerleaders, and shit that was filmed in the 70s, what these motherfuckers would consider a practical joke was fucking criminal activity.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they would hey, get in the car. No, I'm not going to get in the car. Get in the car. Fucking get out of the car. Grab this chick over his shoulder like a caveman. Throw her in the car. No. Fucking 2 stop signs later, like your goddamn joke, she's making out with this fucking guy.
Right.
And it was like, guys were fucking getting fucking beat up and put in like fucking lockers and trash cans. And this was acceptable. And guys will be guys.
In their defense, those cars were nicer back then. So it's like, after a while, you're like, you know what? I really like this Corinthian leather. I'm going to suck your dick. That's how it kind of went back then,
Bro, that's where the fucking Bang Bus fucking got inspired from, I think, dude. Yeah. But it was it was crazy what people were doing. So, they were doing peepholes in some of these fucking, like, let's go check all these fucking movies.
Girls' locker room.
The girls' locker room. Let's go see them changing and they fucking
Animal House.
Dude.
They had that in Animal House.
Porky's.
Porky's. That's what, maybe it was Porky's. Maybe it wasn't Animal House. Yeah.
But I remember 10 years ago, I was working at a restaurant, and I'm not even going to say the name because it was wild. But, dude, like, all the dudes and like staff were wild, bro. Like, dudes on dudes, like, would pretend fucking grab each other's dicks, fucking grab each other's ass, fucking one person would bend another dude over and pretend he's fucking him. Like, bro, what, dude?
When I walk into a place of employment now and I hear them fucking around, and I know they all know each other, right? But they're still saying shit to each other like, hey, fag, and you're just like, all right, like, whoa. And they're like, oh, we fuck around with each other all the time. But I'm like, okay, if somebody legally works somewhere, I like there's shit that you have to be careful with now. If it's a place that's fucking where you're cashing your check.
And it doesn't matter whether you're playing around or some shit, dude. Somebody out, all it takes is one person to not play around like that.
To not like it, to get offended by it, and it's not like it's not their job to tell you, hey man, that's offensive. You shouldn't create that offensive environment, right? So when but the shit still goes on.
Oh yeah,
I see it in some places. Right. It's like, whoa, all right. I mean, dude, how many dudes have gotten their ass grabbed or their dick grabbed.
Dude, while I worked there, I got my dick grabbed more by dudes than by chicks during that fucking time.
I'm
dude.
jerking him off right now under the table. So you see,
I told you to stay away from guys with their dicks out. Didn't you learn anything?
Bro, comics, when we're all fucking taking a picture, dude, somebody sometimes grabs your ass, bro. Not the people that you're taking a picture with, but other comics and shit, dude. It's like,
Bro, I've had chicks grind up on me and fucking back that ass up.
oh, while
And
you're taking a
straight
picture.
up say, hey, man, I'm backing that ass up. And it's like, okay, I could never do that. I'm fucking throwing that dick out.
You feel that dick?
Feel
Huh?
my dick? No,
Yep.
but I've heard, like, hey, man, feel my ass. And it's like, and it's so people are still doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't the time.
It's just, it's
still
all on
happening.
you, dude, whether you want to fucking
you know, it's so
be
funny.
offended.
It's like, there's I work on a game show too, producing and writing on this game show, right? And there's a person that used to work that doesn't work there, anymore. But one time I'm like, hey, beautiful. She goes, no, my name is so and so. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then come to find out, she's like the dirtiest one out of everybody. She's like, fuck this and talking about sexual. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? I can't say beautiful, but somebody could talk about sucking dick and doing all this other shit. I'm like, okay, whatever.
That's fucking crazy. So now you work at a game show, and I'm sure you have to take the training, right? The sexual
sensitivity
training.
I'm always off when that
harassment.
happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. No, because those courses now are like, like back in the day, it was almost like when I was in the workforce, it was like a free-for-all. People were just hooking up and fucking, and I don't think I would try to fuck somebody I worked with in today's day and age.
Can't.
No fucking way. But I hooked up at work like so many times. A lot of the times I hooked up at almost every job I had, I fucked somebody that worked there. Multiple people that worked there sometimes, not just one, like multiple that worked in the same place, which now would be considered
good luck.
But it wasn't like, it wasn't like I was raping people. They were fucked. They wanted to fuck, and we fucked.
I remember one time when I was driving Uber, I really fucked this this girl. I dropped her off like 12 miles past her house. No, I'm just kidding. That's just I never even drove Uber.
You know what's fucking crazy, Joey?
There you go,
You know what's
Joe.
crazy,
What,
Joey?
you did that?
No, is that Uber just fucking did this whole fucking class action lawsuit because they had a shit ton of drivers who were dropping off drunk chicks and fucking them.
Oh, that's not cool.
And so no, it's not. And so they.
No, but you know what, dude? Like,
I mean,
no, I
it's
believe,
not
no,
cool.
no.
We're
My thing is
not
this.
laughing at that at all.
No. My thing is this. I don't. Unless I know you, I'm not gonna fuck you if you're drunk. It's one is a turn off. It turns me off. And two, it's just I don't want that regret in the morning. Like I can't believe I did this.
Especially
like,
with somebody
fuck.
you just fucking met.
Yeah,
What the fuck
yeah.
are you talking about? Like you're an Uber. Not even you just met. It's not like they met. It's like you got hired to come give me a ride to my pad, and now you're tearing me up. What?
And then they get mad. They don't get a tip or 5 stars. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, but that's fucked up. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But look, dude, I mean, when I was working at a restaurant, dude, some chick that, like, I went to go fucking clean her table, dude, and next thing you know, bro, it was on and popping, dude.
Well,
so
good.
is that, how much different is that?
What do you mean it was on and popping?
Like, she gave me her number. Well, it was wild, bro.
She was she working there?
No.
Okay, well then that's different.
She's a customer.
She was a customer. I went to go clean up her thing, and while I was cleaning up the plates, bro, she grabbed me, dude. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, you can't just be grabbing me like that. And she was like, why? You grabbed me back. So then I grabbed her back. Next thing you know, she gave me her number. I gave her my number. That same night, I went over to her house. Now, how much different is that from dropping somebody off?
I don't have to
She
look
was
at the Yelp
fucked up
reviews.
that night, too.
But she instigated the situation. She gave you her number. She wasn't loaded. You carried her up to her fucking place and then fucked her. That's a whole different animal, dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a whole different fucking animal.
Yeah, like before it used to be like from a girl, 3 no's means yes, but now 1 no means no, which is weird.
The math is off.
The math is completely off than it used to be.
The dysfunction of that, I feel a lot had to do with girls being told back in the day that they had to play hard to get. They couldn't.
The dude has to
give
work
up.
for it.
He has to work for it. So you can't say yes right away. He has to work for it. And so the guys kept working for it, which is the most dysfunctional thing you could tell anybody, because if somebody's not interested, no should be enough to be like,
Correct.
okay, I fucking get it. She don't want dick here. I'm done. I'm out. But a lot of motherfuckers will say, okay, let me write her a letter. Let me send her flowers.
Right.
Let me do that. And that used to be the way back in the day. Like, oh, your dad, the things he did to get my attention, it's like now they would be considered rapey, not
Right.
romantic,
And stalking.
you motherfucker. Yeah, stalker and rapey. So it was a big, it was a horrible like sex education. I blame sex education in this country and in a lot of countries, to be honest, because all they teach you is about periods, and then they teach you birth control and abstinence. You know,
Right.
don't do it, which not nobody, but there's a lot of people that don't follow abstinence. And then they just, you fucking got a fucking body fucking rushing with hormones, and she's got a body rushing with hormones. Here's this about your period. Here's this about condoms. Go.
Here's a banana.
And it's fucking with no discussion about anything. And parents aren't talking to their fucking kids.
That's right.
It's so kids are left to figure shit out, and there's a big communication breakdown. And for a long time, the dudes were animals. We were animals, dude. Like, I remember just being that aggressive motherfucker. Like, hey man, come on, let's fucking bone down. Let's bone. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, I never did. Of course I did. Let's fucking.
That was the move, bro.
Dude, you just kept being an aggressive fucking dude, and eventually somebody just fucking said, all right, I'm gonna give him some pussy.
Yeah. Just
Right,
like, no, stop. That's crazy. And then you fucking, that's crazy. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh my god, this is crazy. But you're in.
But again, that first no should be done, and I think that will fucking alleviate a lot of shit.
I remember I used to say, all right, fuck it then. And then they used to get all mad because you wouldn't keep trying.
See, I was different. Like, I wasn't aggressive. I was the kind of guy, when I said just a tip, I only put the tip in. I know it's hard to believe.
Such a gentleman.
But I know. I'm that's the kind of person I am. It's mostly because by that time I already came. But still, I still kept my word, and that's what counts.
The tip is all you needed.
So that's it.
Oh my god, dude! Fucking how you been, Joey?
I've been good, brother. I've been good. Man. Thank
You walked into the middle of fucking craziness,
I know,
but
I'm like, well, okay, it's my topic.
Shit, we had you on here before, and it was a fucking great episode. People fucking loved you, and good to see you back here. The holidays are in fucking full chingazo right now.
I know, man. Crazy. I'm on hiatus, so I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm working on a whole bunch of projects. I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and it's just really busy and hard to do it during the holidays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Are you going anywhere? Are you traveling to see family? Are they coming to see you? Or
I'm staying here. Yeah, I'm staying here. I got a lot of stuff to do and handle, so I'm staying here. I may go to Miami for a little bit, but I'm pretty
you have
much
family
staying
in
here.
Miami?
No. Well, yeah. I got family. Latinos. We have family everywhere, pretty much. Especially Puerto Ricans. We're just everywhere, anywhere in the East Coast. That's where we live. But yeah. So it's I don't know yet if I'm going, but if everything goes smoothly here, then I probably will.
Nice. Fucking Miami.
love
Miami
Miami.
for the
It's
winter
fun.
is always nice, dude.
Yeah, fuck. I hate anywhere that's wintry. People are like, oh, I like the four seasons. I'm like, fuck you. Like, stay at the hotel. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm like, no, I don't want the cold. I mean,
Yeah.
why do you have to have all four? Let's have 3 seasons. I'm good with 3 seasons. I
Yeah.
can live with 3 seasons.
I especially don't like that extreme fucking cold that just burns your fucking face.
It's painful.
Dude, it is painful. I know they were walking around in Rhode Island, or Chiki's talking to her mom. She said that it was like 20 degrees and it was windy as fuck. And she said
ugly.
that the wind hurt. It felt like you were getting your face whipped. Like you have to put on that whole like I'm gonna go rob a liquor store guy with that fucking beanie and shit, man.
Dude, when I used to box, I trained in for a short amount of time in Detroit at the Crunk Gym. And I was there for maybe about 3 weeks, and it was in the wintertime, and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I can't be here no more. It's too freaking cold. It was just, it was like if hell was cold, it was that kind of cold. It was like, it was just painful.
And they look at us like, oh, you fucking pussies. That's not cold. No, fuck you. You're in extreme cold. That's there's no reason. Why? What are you trying to prove? You're like fucking trying to down something, motherfucker. Like cut it out.
Yeah, to me, anything colder than the freezer at Costco is too fucking cold. That's it. The freezer at Costco is my limit. I go there and I chill in the summer, and that's about it. But anything cold, there's no reason to be there. You don't have, why live in a place you can't hang out outside?
Outside.
Yeah. Do you go to Puerto Rico at all?
I haven't gone in a while. I was going to go last year. I planned to go last year because I had a film in a film festival in Puerto Rico, which won. But I didn't.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And but I didn't get to go because of the game show that I was working on. It was
Gotcha.
yeah.
I love fucking Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico's beautiful.
We
Man.
took a vacation to Puerto Rico years ago. And I fell in love with the fucking place. I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the vibe, with the fucking food. I've always been a fan of Cuban and Puerto Rican food, but just being I've never been to Cuba. Right. I'd imagine I'd enjoy the shit out of it, but Puerto Rico's fucking beautiful, man.
And what's good about it, you don't need a passport. The money is the same. You know, pretty much everyone speaks English, you know, so it's like, it's good to go.
And it's not too pricey.
No, not really.
Beers are
It's
cheap.
tight, dude. It's so much fun.
The medallas over there.
Yeah.
For
Puerto Rico's nice.
For $1.
See, now you make me. Probably I'll go this year again. I'll probably go this spring or summer. So.
2020. When's a good time to go over there?
Anytime, really, I guess, because it's the weather's always great.
It's fucking Caribbean.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You had a movie on the film festival. What? How many films have you made, Joey?
I made, including shorts. I've made a few. I made the feature I made, El Matador, which you were in drag, by the way. So was everybody else. But
blessing.
Yeah, Felipe was in it. Gabriel was in it. Emilio Rivera, Paul Rodriguez. Yeah, that was.
I wasn't there, bro.
That was fun. Yeah, Felipe was. Everybody was there.
Was Willie there? Willie wasn't there.
No, Willie wasn't there.
You never were.
Willie was like the only guy that wasn't there.
I had to do a Tonight Show, dog.
That's probably why. But yeah, but I made a lot of shorts. I just finished the very last project I finished was a sitcom pilot for Adam Hunter, who's another comedian. You guys know.
Yeah.
So I did his pilot for him, and then before that I did the one that I went to Puerto Rico for. It's called The Lesson, which is it's about this guy who his family gets killed by a guy who's texting and driving.
I saw that.
Yeah, so he kidnaps him and his family.
Yes.
And to teach him a lesson. So yeah.
That was fucking
It
dark.
was intense, right? It was only 8 minutes, man, but it felt like a full movie. Like it really feels like a full movie. And this next one I'm doing is even darker than that. So I can't wait to really do this one.
What are you doing now?
The one I'm doing now, so when I'm trying to promote everywhere I can, is it's called Philly D-LITE, and it takes place in the 80s, and it's about a drag queen who's going through heavy depression and at the end wants to kill herself. So it's it's real, but it's a hell of a story. Like I sent the script to Emilio Rivera. I let him read the script, and he got back to me. He goes, hey bro, that teared me up. And so I'm like, if I can make him tear up, and I'm like, it's a good job. And believe it or not, man, and I'm just saying this, I would tear up. There's 2 scenes in it that I wrote that I was tearing up as I was writing it. And I was like, man, this is like, I was just feeling so sympathetic. And I'm like, am I turning gay? Like, what's wrong with me? And but I was crying while I was writing the lines. Because, it's funny, like every writer is different. Everybody writes different. When I write and I sit down and I do a character, I don't know what they're going to say. I know in my brain the direction I want that scene to go, but I don't know what the words are going to be. So a lot of times if the words are going back and forth and people, I'm hearing this conversation for the first time as I'm writing it. I really am. Because naturally, what would he say next? Or what would she say next?
What a great way to write.
Yeah, and that's the best way to write because I'm going, oh, wow, that's dope. I didn't know that. Like, because I really write the character at the time I'm writing for the character. You know what I mean? So. Fucking
A, Joe. You said a lot right now. No, seriously, that was a mouthful right now that you just said. It's called The Light, Finding the Light or Seeing the Light. What is it?
Philly, right?
No, Philly D-LITE. And what it is,
Feeling the Light.
Philly. She's a stripper. That's her name. Yeah, she's from Philadelphia.
Philly D-LITE.
Philly D-LITE.
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 Okay.
Yeah, like Sunny D-LITE, but Philly D-LITE.
Philly D-LITE.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the
and it's a trans person. It's a
transgender person who's also a drag queen.
Who's a drag queen.
Yeah, so it takes place in the 80s, and it's going to be, and I said this before the movie came out, but it's going to feel a lot like Joker. And before Joker came out, I said it's going to feel a lot like, Taxi Driver and movies like that, just very dark, very grainy and gritty, and, very handheld kind of look. So that's what this film's going to be. And basically, the whole story is she used to be a, top-notch drag queen. She was doing great. And then as she got older and she started getting heavier or whatever, Her career is not the same, and it takes place in the 80s, so everybody doesn't really get along with the gays, and the whole AIDS epidemic is going on. So she's going through a lot of shit. And
Is this project done? Is it complete?
no, this project is, I'm in the middle of doing Indiegogo campaign. That's why I really want to push this.
Indiegogo.
Yeah, so it's a crowdfunding campaign.
Okay.
And I've never done a crowdfunding campaign ever. So I was really nervous to do this because I'm not the kind of person like, hey, man, I need help. Can you help me with this? Like, anything I've ever done, I finance myself 100%.
You're not going to do a GoFundMe page on Facebook?
No, well, this one. No, but this is the Indiegogo page, which is like GoFundMe.
Okay.
But the thing is, the thing with this one is I knew I could probably make this without finance or getting financing, but I'm like, it's not going to be as good as I could make it. And the more I read the script, the more I looked into it. I'm like, you know what? I want to do justice by the story and about the people it affects. Because this, normally when you do, you write a story, it's usually based on characters that don't really exist. There's a lot of people who are transgender. There's a lot of people who are gay, who are being abused and being jumped. Like I did Felipe's podcast not too long ago, and we were talking about when him and Willie actually saved the gay guy getting beat up from a bunch of guys in San Diego. And I remember that, always remember that story. And so those people, there are people who are really, going through depression, going through suicide or suicidal thoughts and all that. So I told myself, I go, this story is really important. I can't fuck around with it. I gotta, and I never fuck around with my shit. I always try to do a great job. But I go, I have to do an extra good job. So I figured, okay, I did a budget, and I figured, okay, if I could raise, a certain amount of money, which is $15,000, I can do it. Right now I'm about $1,600, so I'm a little off the mark, but I still got like 40 days. I just started it. But the thing is, yeah, man, it's, you to do something right, you got to do it right. So that's kind of
a pretty. I mean, there's a lot of movies where they say that's a low budget movie and they're looking at $3-4 million and they consider that a low budget movie. Right. But so when you say $16K, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money. Like people,
no, it's not a lot.
If people just, if enough people just donate a little something,
even $1, like
super quick. 100%.
Because I see all the donations I get, right?
Yeah, that's a realistic number.
And it's a very low number too.
Yeah,
it's not. This movie literally should be made for about $25,000. That's literally what this movie should be. But I'm gonna pull favors. I own all my equipment. My crew is my crew. You know what I mean? So right now I'm gonna pay everybody. But depending on how much money I'm getting, I'm going to say, hey, so-and-so, you can't get paid on this one. So-and-so, you can't get paid on this one.
Is this based on any person's particularly that you know? Is it based on true events? Is there what inspired what inspired the story?
That's a good question. What inspired it was last year I went to, my sister Kathy turned 50, and she wanted to have she wanted to celebrate in Vegas. So we all went to Vegas, and one of the things we did for her birthday was we went to a drag queen luncheon. And I've been to them before, and they're fun. You drink and all that.
Is drag queen still appropriate?
Yeah. Okay. No, that's what they. Yeah, they're drag queen.
I don't. I mean, I know that everything.
What's a drag queen luncheon?
Well, that's where you just suck everyone's dick. No, I'm just kidding. No,
sounds like a great party, dude.
If their dick is out,
but only if it's out. Because if not, because nowadays you kids can't suck a dick if it's
Your
not out.
fucking mom told you stay away from people with their dicks out. And there you go to parties with people with dicks out, dude.
No. It's basically it's you got it's all you can drink and all you can eat. And there's a drag show. And drag shows
like Hamburger Mary's?
Yeah, exactly like Hamburger, but but different.
Have you been to Hamburger Mary's? We should go to Hamburger Mary's.
It's really dope. And the thing is, no, it's really dope. You'll dig it. And you don't have to suck a dick. Unless you want. It's up to you. That's your thing. No one's here your boss, right? But anyway. No.
For 2020.
So I'm watching this show, right? And there was this one big heavy set drag queen was moving, doing flips and doing all this. And I'm watching it and I'm going, man, this fucking show is amazing. And then I thought to myself, I go, right now they're like, they're top of their life. Like they're having an amazing time. I go, but I bet you their lives are fucking sad. Just like comedians. We go up on stage and kill and everybody thinks we're the greatest shit on earth. We're depressed, we're sad, we got those. So I started thinking about that. And then I was looking around and, they were dancing on these guys' laps, these older white men who, they look like Trump supported kind of guys,
sure.
And I'm thinking, I bet you these fucking guys, they're tipping and they're flirting, but when
they go home,
they're faggots and this faggot, this faggot, that. And I just started thinking about the whole world. And then I started thinking, I'm going to do a documentary. But documentary costs a lot more money and takes a lot more time. And, so I'm thinking, fuck it, I'll just do a short film. So I went home and I started writing a short film, and in a week I wrote this whole script, and I fixed it up within time, though, a couple weeks, and I'm like, fuck, this is a good script. I really want to shoot this film.
Damn, dude. When it just sounds like fucking you got inspired like recently then.
Yeah. It was a year ago, really.
Did you talk to any of the
yes,
the performers?
I spoke, not to them. No, I spoke to the manager of them, because this is when I was first thinking about documentary.
So you talked to the pimp.
Yeah, to talk to the pimp. And then, but I've spoken to, people in the LGBT community. I've spoken to lots of drag queens. I've spoken to different people. Like, for instance, the name was because I spoke to a drag queen that goes, no, they would never make their name, I forgot what, I had a play off the character's real name. And they go, no, drag queens never would do that. So I tried to change the name, and I did something different. So, I want it to be authentic as possible, because I want to show respect. I want to, but the thing is this, I honestly, and I think it's corny, but I honestly think this film can save someone's life, at least one person, because there are so many people who are in this kind of community that fucking thinking about suicide, who are trying to commit suicide. Like, I think this year alone, like 11 to 12 transgender people were killed. Violent means, not in that car accident. I mean, violent means just because they were transgender. Crime. Yeah, totally. And I'm thinking this fucking, we living in a fucking weird world, man. This is really bad. And I hate bullies. I fucking hate bullies. If you guys look at my Facebook page, I always got shirts that say bullies are fucking cowards and all that shit. I hate bullies. And I think anybody who, I mean, we can sit down and make fun of people who are different, because we're comics. That's what we do. But I don't think none of us really mean it. You know what I mean? So I think anybody who abuses somebody like that is just a fucking loser, man.
Yeah, that's what I think. The First Lady's doing a great job with that Be Best campaign.
Oh, yeah. Look at Donald.
That's a great platform that she took on. Bullying is a problem.
No, I know, but I don't think she's doing a great job, because her husband is a fucking bully.
but she's putting it all out in the forefront.
But you know what I think, though? I think when it comes to First Lady, they just go, look, what do you want to do? You want to save the whales? You want to do this, you want to do that, pick something, because you got to do something.
There you go, Joey, because women can't decide for themselves what they want to
think for themselves.
God damn it, men are trash.
Right? I just think it's the position.
A man had to come and give her a few options. Right.
Of course,
and not even a few, just two different options.
The fucking whales or the bullies?
That's right. Make up your mind. Who you want to pretend to care about?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's suicide. I mean, look, not to change the subject here, but it's a fucking problem. I was reading the statistics the other day. One of the highest populations, one of the LGBT community for sure, but the biggest demo out there are the veterans.
Oh yeah,
those fools are whacking themselves in fucking epidemic proportions. Yeah. It's really sad to see, because we I want to say, as a country, we pretend to give a fuck, and the veterans. But the reality is, there's a lot of them that are hurting, and ain't nobody having their fucking back, man.
That's absolutely true, man.
That's really fucking shitty.
It's a shame.
It's a huge shame. And look, and I think that this might be a little bit fucking controversial, but I'm gonna say that we give all veterans too much props, okay? Because just because they're a veteran, there's a motherfucker that went to Hawaii for 5 years, got his school paid for, never did dick, and we're like, hey, respect the veteran. There's a poor bastard
showing his dick out somewhere,
who got fucking shell shocked somewhere.
Right. He has
who
a fucking
his
limb
homies
missing, getting
killed. He's got no limbs, and he's living out on the fucking streets. I mean, so there's different levels of veteranness.
Right.
Dude.
That should
the
be.
Motherfucker who does tours at Pearl Harbor, bro.
You know what I mean?
Talking about. All right. And that's who's getting fucked. That's who's getting a fucking first class ticket on the plane.
Yeah, I feel like when they say everybody who's a veteran stand up so we could give you props. There's the ones that stand up, you need props, and there's the ones like fucker, we really a veteran, dog. Calm the fuck down, fucking. Yeah. You had it nice, puto.
But that's the thing though. Even the ones that are in Hawaii, you never know. Like the next day, they're like, "Hey, we're shipping you out to fucking bumfuck Egypt." You're like, "Oh,
100%."
Yeah,
100%. I mean, listen, G. Riley was out there fucking hookers in the Philippines, having the time of his life, bro. When he was in.
That's true. Speaking of G. Riley, I think I actually did a military gig. It was, and G was one of the guys on the show, and we literally went to Alaska, a shitty Not as shitty. I don't want to say shitty, but it was a tiny. It was a tiny little base that was like literally. It was in a building. You couldn't. If you went out, you fucking froze to death.
You could
right?
see Russia.
Yeah, you could see Russia from there. It was like in the middle of nowhere, dude. And then literally we went to perform in Hawaii right at like the next day, and we're like. Like poor guys have it like so much better than the ones in.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking. Yeah, well, Sarah Palin could see Russia from.
But that's a good point though, too, because I mean, we stand up for G. Riley, and this fool was just butt fucking chicks in the Philippines all day.
Nah, he did see some shit. He
really?
saw helicopters blow up in front of him.
Really?
Yeah, he saw some shit because he was out there when the Persian Gulf shit was going on. So he did spend a lot of fun times in the Philippines, but he did fucking, he did see some traumatic shit as well.
But he did serve.
He did serve.
He did serve. He served his cock.
Served his cock in them little huts, boy.
Take this. Say hello to my little friend.
I was gonna ask you this. I'm glad you came on because this weekend I found a movie on Netflix. I'm always finding weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a movie that was made by these Brazilian production company called Porta do Fundos, which means back door.
Right.
And the movie, and the Christians are mad as fuck because it's called The First Temptation of Christ. And it's Jesus shows up to his 30th birthday party.
Uh-huh.
They throw him a surprise party, and God is there, and so are Joseph and Mary.
Uh-huh.
And like that relationship is all dysfunctional.
Right.
Like Joseph hates God, dude. He's like, come on, man, I'm the dad. I'm the one that's been here for the 30 years. And God's like, well, I'm everywhere. And then God's trying to bone down with Mary.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fucking. And so Jesus shows up. Well, first the wise men show up and they're like, surprise. And then this old lady comes on, and it's like, and it's all in Portuguese. So you got to read the subtitles. That's the only fucked up part. And so then it's like, that's not him. That's not Jesus. So they fucking bring the lady back in. And so finally Jesus shows up, but he shows up with his boyfriend.
Oh.
So Jesus shows up to his 30th birthday party and he's gay. And so people are boycott Netflix. This is some bullshit. So then I'm like, who are these guys? Because that's a brilliant fucking story. Like Jesus is just, I'm just ready to live my life, man, and blah blah
That's why
blah.
he never got a dad bod, bro, because he was fucking ripped.
And
dudes,
so,
bro.
but the implication that this character, this blonde, blue-eyed American savior, could even possibly be gay. It's just making people cringe, and they're talking about boycott Netflix. And apparently these guys did a movie a year ago, and it was The Last Supper, but Jesus gets super loaded, and they lose him for 3 days, kind of like The Hangover.
Hey, that's hilarious. So you look at the pictures.
But it's all paintings where they're.
You look at all paintings.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it'd be great if they did that.
Well, look, this is the thing. It's like, I'm a Christian,
so
right?
What is your thought on this?
Well, this is my thing. I think a good film makes you think. Mm-hmm. You know, it makes you think, and it doesn't necessarily have a happy ending, or it doesn't necessarily have a complete ending, where it could be like, I don't know what to think. It could be this or it could be that. Bring back Joker. Joker was a perfect example of that. I love that movie to death. I think it was like a masterpiece. I love Joker. Some people don't like it. I love the movie for a lot of those kind of reasons. Now, I would never make a movie like that, because I'm afraid, I've done already enough bad shit in my life. I don't need any more bad shit to, be like I don't got to go, look, really? You had to make that movie? That's that was the thing that just broke this camel's back. So I wouldn't make a movie like that. But I respect people who make films.
God doesn't
like
drag queens, Joey.
No, he does.
You're gonna piss him off.
Just the Republican gods don't like him.
Listen, Joey. The Bible says in Leviticus clearly. All right.
No man.
Okay, so you're already pissing him off. You might as well make a gay Jesus movie, Joey.
All right.
I love how Jesus could walk on water but can't fuck butts, dude. Like, what the fuck is going on?
So again, they're protesting the movie, and I think it's interesting because the Hallmark Channel just got in trouble.
Yeah, actually they got more trouble because people complained that they had a commercial with two women kissing.
Then
More people though complained when they took it off.
So they pulled the ad. So they pulled the ad because 1 million mothers is the name of the organization. They hit them up and say, hey, man, this is offensive. They're 1 million mothers, but I think they got like 5,000 followers. But anyway, I think the name is fantastic. You could start any account and call it 1 million dudes. 1
million fathers.
Yeah, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And so they pulled down the ad and they got so much fucking hate. They put the ad back, which is fucking crazy.
And this time the girls are scissoring. See? So it's even better.
1 million lesbians hit them up and said, hey, what the fuck? Why'd you take it down?
Take that.
So they had to up the ante, dude.
So now it's back, and they're also enrolling the company in LGBT inclusiveness and education for the whole company, so that they could learn about the community, and Chick-fil-A, this whole the Christian debate continues because Chick-fil-A, and now the Christians love Chick-fil-A, now they're mad at Chick-fil-A. Right. They're opening on Sundays now, I heard too.
Oh, no,
no, I'm not.
No, but the thing is this is the part that I never understand. Christians are like, well, we don't.
You're a Christian,
yes.
So you're talking about your faith,
yes,
your people. Your people.
It's like, men shouldn't be with men. Jesus, if you're a Christian, that means you follow Jesus. Doesn't mean you follow Psalms. It doesn't mean you fucking follow John or fucking anybody else in the fucking Bible. Jesus, right? Jesus never, ever even mentions homosexuality at all. So your Christianity bullshit is bullshit because you're full of shit. Like, the thing is this. I respect you. I respect anybody who believes anything, whether it's, like, I'm pro-life, but I'm pro-choice, but if you're pro-life, I respect you. I just don't want to hear your shit. Just don't give me like a fake reason why. You know what I mean? Like, well, no, because Jesus said, no, Jesus didn't. Sorry, he didn't say anything about gay people. So if you're blaming Jesus for your homophobia, that's your issue, not fucking Jesus's. That's the way I see it.
I love how you said fucking Jesus's.
That's right. I think Jesus.
But you don't want to piss him off.
No, I think
we get along like that.
I think he's a good guy. I think. Okay, if you want to play devil's advocate, if there's a God, right? If there's a God, devil's advocate. He's not an asshole, okay? He's not a fucking asshole. He's not a dick. He's not racist. He's not homophobic. He loves everybody, and he's more perfect than. Oh, that's sad.
Okay, he did destroy Sodom and Gomorrah.
Maybe that's why Trump's living forever.
He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, which is where all the homosexuality and the raping and all that stuff was going on. So he did hate that.
Who was the boyfriend in that movie?
What's that?
Who was the boyfriend in the movie?
In what movie?
The gay Jesus.
Oh, it's some Brazilian dudes.
Yeah,
because it's a whole different. But dude, the boyfriend is the best because Jesus just got back from being in the desert for 40 days, and the fucking boyfriend's like, well, he was trying to find himself. He's like, stop it! Like Jesus is like telling him to shut the fuck up, right? And the fucking boyfriend is just out, dude. Oh, and one of the magi, of the magi shows up with a fucking chick who's a prostitute, and he's like, why is she dressed like that? She's a prostitute. And he's like, no, she's not. She told me she wasn't. And the chick's fucking out in the barn, like fucking hooking up with other dudes.
Now, does it take place in those days? Or
yeah, dude, okay. It's in a fucking, it's in the magi. It starts with the magi following the fucking star, and he's like, again with the star, bro. Last time you had us roaming around for 2 years, and it was a comet.
Bro, as fucked up as that is, like, it's not even fucked up, but you do have to think different, bro. Like,
it's clever.
It's so clever. Like,
it's
me
witty.
and you, we had desert Jesus, but bro, gay Jesus is next level, dude.
Well, Shameless had gay Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's
I like Shameless is good.
Yeah.
But you see, but the thing is this is like again, like that. I don't mind something like that. I would even watch that movie like that. Yeah, it's art. It's somebody's opinion.
Yeah, there's movies about rape. Rape is illegal, but in a movie, it's like there's all these movies that show murder. Murder is not. They're not saying this is okay. They're showing you this is part of something that is a make-believe land. You know.
I shot a trailer for a movie a few years ago, and one of the scenes was there's a bunch of Israeli guards who kind of abuse a Palestinian woman who's crossing, and one of the actors was the night before. We were shooting this all the way in bumfuck Egypt, was like, oh, I can't do this. It makes my people look bad or something. I'm like, first of all, it comes actually from a true story, and second of all, it's called fucking acting. All right, somebody in movies plays Hitler.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't get more fucking anti-Semitic than that.
Bro, I don't agree with Hitler and his views.
Somebody plays.
You're playing Hitler, you fuck.
Know, it's a fucking movie. It's a movie. You're playing a fucking part.
Look, they're gonna make a movie about the coach, the college fucking
Paterno.
Paterno.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know.
So yeah, it's called acting, man. You
Or he
relax.
was walking by the
Chill
locker
fuck
rooms.
out.
While little kids were getting butt fucked, touched.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, some people just kind of weird about that. So anyway, movie like that doesn't bother me at all. And matter of fact, I'll probably try to catch it. I just hate reading, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to read too much. But once you're into the movie, you're into it.
Once you're into it, you're into it. I
Or
wish they
just
would dub
learn
it.
Portuguese.
I wish they would dub it because then it would
best.
flow. It would be the best.
And then
if
I
they
honestly
dubbed
think
it.
God has a sense of humor. I really believe that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a comedian. I think God has a sense of humor. One of the reasons we have the ability to make things funny or to be funny is that it's a type of a medicine, man. You know what I mean? Type of a therapy. I think most comedians would go to therapists if we weren't fucking comedians. You know what I mean? Because we have so much shit that we just want to get off our chest. But luckily, we have jobs where we can go on a stage or go behind a mic, on a podcast and talk about the shit we want to talk about.
I remember not too long ago we had a conversation about if it's funny, if you can make it funny, and I'm a firm believer that everything is funny.
I agree.
Everything. And when people say this isn't funny, I'm sorry, there's something here that's funny.
Maybe it's not funny to you.
Correct.
And that's the problem people don't understand. They think because they don't like it, their opinion matters more than everybody else's. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, if you're in a room and 100 people don't like a joke, but one person did, the joke's funny.
It's for them.
Right. It's for them.
Yep.
You got to ask yourself, well, okay, it wasn't for me. Don't be offended. Especially don't go to a comedy club. Anybody who goes to a comedy club and be offended, something's fucking wrong with you. Now, trust me, are there some comics that are offensive? Yes. Are there some comics that are not funny? Absolutely. Are there going to be some comics that say shit? I'm a comedian. I'll see a comic do something. I'm like, oh, fuck. I turn around and go, oh, okay, I'm going to go get me a drink. You know what I mean? But I respect what they do. They're up there, and that's their moment.
And here's the thing. There's audiences that enjoy that type of humor.
Exactly.
It's not every audience, but there is an audience that says, hey, man, there's categories on Pornhub where people are fucking doing barnyard sex.
Right.
Okay?
With
Doesn't mean
millions
everybody
of
wants to
hits,
fuck
bro.
in front of the pigs or with the pigs.
But some people do.
But some people do. And you're not going to say, hey, that's a horrible way to get off.
Right.
You know? Listen, as far as I know, I think bestiality is still legal in more states than same-sex marriage. It might have caught up.
Shit, you're
but
probably
at,
right.
but at one
That's a
point,
great
at
fact,
one
actually.
point, Lance Patrick used to talk about it in his set. How there were just as many countries, or it was right around the same thing. Regardless, it shouldn't
Jesus
be
showing up with the sheep.
on Pornhub. That's a crazy category.
Okay, now you cross the line.
Feed my sheep. And it's a gangbang. It's called Feed My Sheep. Directed by Joey Medina.
Oh,
With Chucky, or who was the dude?
which one? Oh, Dickie Jones?
Dickie Jones.
Oh, Lord, I know I'm going to hell for that. I have to take that off of YouTube. But
No, dude, but I feel that when it's creativity, again, you're touching on something, and that's why it reminded me of these movies, because there's going to be somebody that finds offense to that.
Yeah, of course.
maybe.
Of
You know
course.
what I'm saying? Because you're looking at it through a lens where it sounds like you're not, because a lot of times that personality, even on Silence of the Lambs, that community has been villainized for so long. Just because of what they've been taught as creators. Anytime you portray a person of color, you make them a criminal. Whenever
Right.
you portray a person who is into deviant sex, I guess, for lack of a better word, who's freaky, they've got to be damaged and fucked up. Something had to happen bad to you
Right.
to be a freak. And it's like, nah, dude, I just like to get off in different ways. Fuck it.
Right.
I'm just a freak. It doesn't mean that something tragic happened to me, you know? So Silence of the Lambs, the guy was a trans dude who was murdering all these people,
Right.
which is a horrible way to portray that person. But people see people. Back then, they were conditioned to think that there was a mental illness if you were gay, which is fucking crazy,
Well,
bro.
people. There was a time where people thought you had a mental illness if you were left-handed. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's fucking.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's just so it's they would train you and beat you if you didn't you had to learn to write with your right hand. So fuck you, dude. And not too long ago, I'm sure I was alive during this time because I was born in the '60s, where fucking black people couldn't drink from a certain water fountain. What kind of fucking shit is that?
Yeah.
So when people tell me, well, the law is the law. No, fuck, the law isn't the fucking law. The law is bullshit. Because if it doesn't make sense, it shouldn't fucking exist. That's the
Just
way I
because
see
it's the law doesn't make it right.
Right, exactly.
I'm a firm believer in that. I think common sense should outweigh everything, but unfortunately, we don't live in that type of a society, and people will hold on to that. And a lot of times, not to go back to the Christianity thing, but they will defend their racist, bigoted, homophobic belief system based on the Bible.
Yeah,
and
which
they'll
I
go
think is
to the
completely
Bible,
fucking wrong.
but they'll do it, and they open and they show you the text. I mean, they defended slavery with the Bible. They convinced black people.
Oh, I know, dude. It's
that
ridiculous.
The Bible said this is be fucking submissive to your masters.
You see, but believe it or not,
so that you can get your reward in heaven. You'll be able to be reunited with your master in heaven if you're just good and you
nobody
listen.
whips you in heaven. It's okay. No, but the thing is this. I don't even like people who are racist and people who are homophobic. Like, believe it or not, I have hope for them because all those things were learned. You know what I mean? They were all learned, and I think they can be unlearned. And I think they're people that are really good and are way misfucking guided like that. And I think there are people that are bad, and they're fucking just bad people and bad at the core. Those people, fuck them. You can't do nothing to them. But I think there's some people out there who were raised, maybe they're older, and maybe they're raised in a certain part of the country that, blacks are bad, or Hispanics are bad, or, gays are bad. And, the Bible this, the Bible that, the Bible that. And the thing is this, once the Bible becomes like a cult, or once it becomes kind of like a brainwashing thing, then it's not fucking free freedom of expression or freedom of religion anymore. So my thing is these people I think some of them can be helped. You know what I mean? Like if all of a sudden someone who hates, I hate queers, I hate fags, and all of a sudden hangs out and learns and meets somebody who's gay and is a good person, they're like, well, fuck, I guess I was wrong. You know what I mean? It's got to happen, and it's got to have happened in life.
This movie that you're making,
Philly D-LITE.
Philly D-LITE. Is it a Latino cast? Is it a white lead? Who is
a good question.
The character?
The character is named Benjamin. Mm-hmm. I don't, because the actor is going to be so important to this role. The actor has to fucking blow it out the park. So because of that, I don't have a look. I don't know if he's black. I don't know if he's white. I don't know if he's tall. I want him to be a little out of shape because that's kind of what the story goes. But if I meet somebody who just kills it, is in good shape, I'll figure something out. Because to me, the performance means everything. And during the campaign, it's on Indiegogo.com. One of the things I say, the hardest part of doing this project is going to be finding the right actor, because there's a scene in this. I'll give it a little bit away, where he gets an audition for a part that he's not right for. He's too old for this part, but his agent was like, "Yeah, you're gay, so this is a gay role. You can go for it." So he goes, and then the casting people, the directors there, and they look at him like, "Dude, you're not. What are you doing here? You're too old, man." And everybody in the waiting room was young and everything, and they're like, "Well, and he's really timid. This character's really timid because of all the abuse he's gone through." And so he's like, "Well, I'll leave." And then the director's like, "Nah, go ahead, stay. You're already here. Whatever." So they're not really paying attention to this guy. And then all of a sudden, he gives a fucking performance that blows their fucking socks off. And the performance is not from acting. It's from the pain that he's really feeling. And then everybody gets that. So that's the scene that whoever's going to, audition for this role will probably have to read for me. Because if they can make me feel what the other people in the story feel when that happens, then the guy's got the part, whoever it is. And so I really don't know. Does it have
to be a person that's a transgender?
No,
because
not
I
at
know
all.
A lot of times
no,
people say, why did Selena, who is not Mexican, I mean, J-Lo, who's not Mexican, play this part? Why did Lou Diamond Phillips play this part? And people say, why are gay parts being given to straight actors? There should be more inclusivity type of thing.
Absolutely. Now, listen, if there was somebody...
So this is just,
if somebody was gay or somebody, an actual drag queen, auditioned and got the part, was good for the part, even better. But it doesn't have to be.
It's an actor.
Yeah, I just want a good actor
Sure.
to play this part. And if anybody asks me that, like, with the Selena thing, I'm just go, because it's called acting. You know what I mean? Somebody plays Santa Claus is really not Santa Claus. They're an actor playing Santa Claus.
Gay Jesus.
Gay
is
Jesus
really
is not made gay. He's just, or Jesus. He's just an actor playing gay Jesus. So it's like, so the thing is, so that's the important thing is the performance. And for any filmmaker, for anybody out there who's making films or wants to make a film, casting is the most important part of the work. Like, you can't have chicken casserole without fucking chicken. And it's kind of the same thing. You could have all the other shit. It tastes like casserole, but something's missing, fucking chicken. And that's when you have a role, no matter what it is, you got to have the right people for the right part. And it's so funny.
It's not like, let me get my homies in here because I
no,
know
and
them,
people do that. I worked on
a lot of people do that.
I worked on a project. I'm not going to mention names. And there's another comedian, and he had me direct something, and it was like, no, I want this person. He's my friend. Hey, I want this person that I know that. I'm like, dude, no. And I kept on, I'm going, do you tell an artist what colors to use in the painting? Like, no, like, I don't.
if it's a custom.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, then,
No.
well, if they're paying enough.
If I commission
But the thing
you.
was, I wasn't getting paid enough. If I was getting paid enough, I'd be like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Put your mom on. I don't give a shit. But I wasn't getting paid. So, like, to me, my pay was the art. Was like, I want this shit to look good. And almost everyone not everyone. There was a couple that he picked, and that they were actually really good, and I'm glad they got him for the roles. But almost everybody else was like, oh, you're right, I shouldn't have got them. I'm like, of course, because especially in films, if you're doing a one-day thing, like if I ask you guys, hey man, I'm shooting this thing on Tuesday, can you make it? Yeah, I'll make it. But if I go, hey, I'm shooting this feature film, and I need 2 weeks of your time for free, 2 weeks of your time for free, I doubt very much I'm going to get 2 weeks of your time for free. Even if you say it, because you may mean it, but after a while you're like, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this again.
Call time 6 a.m.
Yeah. He's like, no, you don't. So,
Yeah.
You got to pay your people, and you got to make them actors, because actors, and they don't have to be actors, but actors know how to act, and they know how to behave in a set. They know, look, if I got a 6 o'clock call time, it's 6 o'clock call time. They know that when they're on set and they say quiet on the set, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Things like that. And they know, hey, it's going to be a long day.
Mm-hmm.
They know that if you're scheduled to shoot all fucking day, you can't just go, oh, I got to go now. I got to go pick up somebody at the airport. That happened with me. Fucking Ernie G, fuck him. All right, but anyway. But I'm like, are you kidding me? Who does that? Who the fuck does
Yeah.
like, dude, we're shooting. Like, everybody, this whole scene's involve you. You can't do that. So anyway, but shit like that, because I'm very professional when it comes to shooting, and I hate when people aren't, man. I'm fucking,
Yeah.
it just drives me fucking up the wall. I'm like, fuck this.
And the reason I asked that is because when you were talking about the suicide rate and things like that, culturally speaking, homosexuality in the Latino community has been, since I was a kid, I remember knowing who the people that were gay in the small town that my mother was from. They're gay. And then you see these over the top, super flamboyant, horny gay men in almost every Latino sexy comedia, I think, was the genre from the 70s.
That's true.
All the way up until the 90s. The guy just wants to fuck he's fucking gay. He cover your dicks. Here comes fucking blah blah blah. And he's always fucking caliente. And so there's that portrayal of this of the character. It's always or a lot of times it's been done in a mocking, over-the-top way for comedic relief and because of ignorance back in the day. And I think that when you think about like the African-American community and the Latino community, I think there's still a lot of resistance and a lot of people with the old school mentalities. When you move to somewhere like Los Angeles, here in California, you go to New York, there's a lot more open-mindedness, but there's still a lot of people in the middle, and a lot of people in the middle that are both white, black, Latino, that for conservative or religious views, whatever may be, that are still not okay with homosexuality. And now when they think about the transgender community, they're
another monkey
they're
wrench.
horrified. They're horrified. they're still horrified.
They're using our bathrooms.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's, I think when you're doing something like this, it's awesome, because I think there needs to be more fucking awareness that listen, this doesn't make this person a monster.
No, they are people.
They're human.
And the thing is that
humans, people.
a lot of these people who are in the gay community, they don't want and I'm just okay. Now I'm speaking for people that I know. They didn't want to be gay. Like they want, because they please we'll let this be a fade, a fad. I wanted to go away because they knew all the bullshit life was going to give them. But that's who they are. When the way a person is born, left-handed or right-handed, you're born left-handed or right-handed, man. That's your fucking cards, bro. Live your cards. Don't just accept it. And I really think that's what being gay is. It's just a person is wired to be gay, where you're in a man's body, but you are attracted to men, or vice versa, or whatever. Because there's a whole spectrum of gays. There's gays who are flamboyant, which are my favorite. And then there's gays that are just so manly. I'm like, that's boring.
What kind of gay are you?
I'm more of I'm more on the waiting list. No, no. It's just But the thing is, like I'm very lucky. My best friend in high school was gay, and I used to box.
Did you know at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but yeah, he was. His name was Victor the Fag. Everybody would. Oh, that's Victor the Fag in school. He looked like Al Dabaj. He had this little mustache, little jerry curls. And then the way I met him.
What year was this?
Oh fuck. 80s, early 80s.
Okay, so it was a little bit more. I mean, there was still a lot of hate, but it wasn't as horrible.
No.
The 70s was fucking evil.
No, but people used to fuck with him all the time.
Course,
that's how I met him.
Yeah.
He was sitting on a table with this girl that I liked, this Yvette Harper. I still remember her name. Little Jewish chick, was hot, big titties. But one year she didn't have no titties. The next year she had titties. I'm like, wow, fuck, it's amazing. But anyway, enough of the titties. The point is, he would always sit with her, right? So one day these two idiots from like a football team or something came to the table and started fucking with him. And people would always fuck with him. And I was just like, whatever. But now that that girl was there, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go and save the day. Because I used to be a boxer. I was, in high school, I was Golden Gloves. Everybody in school knew me. And fucking, I walk around, my Golden Glove chain and shit. So I went there and I kind of like, hey, what's going on? And I saved the day. So instead of hooking up with the girl, me and Victor became girlfriends.
With the dude.
Yeah, that's right. And he had such a big dick. But what I loved about him is that he was flamboyant as fuck, and because of that, he was always funny. Like, he would always do funny shit, say funny shit. And I was a kid who had a great sense of humor, but I was shy as fuck. So I would never unless you were my friend, I couldn't be myself around you, right? So I would see him do all this crazy shit, and I would imitate him, and all the other the girls would laugh because I would imitate Victor. So anyway, I would protect him, right? Not that I knew I was protecting him, but I realized it later. I'm like, oh, that's why he liked hanging out with me. Nobody fucked with him when he was hanging out with me. So, but he was a cool cat, man, and I'm just thinking, well, all right, he's gay. That's it. And so in my mind, gay guys are fun. Like they're just fun to hang out with.
What's your thoughts on like non-binary sexual identity?
Well, like if you're a girl, it's perfect.
Not non-binary gender identity, right?
Oh yeah,
so people that are like, I'm not male, I'm not female. Right. I want to be called they. I want to be called them.
I think that's a little nuts.
But, do you?
Yes, but
as tolerant as you are,
yes.
that's where you.
No, I understand it, and I would respect somebody. I would totally respect if I'm like, okay, whatever you want me to call you, no problem. But I think, and I'm probably speaking out of hand, but I think some people are just pushing the envelope more now. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, it's like how we're moving the goalposts all the time, and I think that's it. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's bad. And I think something like this is like people just inventing new shit just to invent new shit, and I'm like, oh, come on, dude, really?
I think people are tired of the boxes that have been set before them.
I agree.
I think they're just tired of, you're a man and this is what's expected. You're a woman and this is what's expected. I think these people this new generation that's out there is shattering those fucking belief system and saying, I'm figuring this out for myself. You're full of shit on a lot of things. Why am I going to trust you on this? I don't necessarily want to commit to any gender. I might feel like wearing a dress tomorrow and I might feel like wearing fucking combat boots the next day, right. And I don't want to be held to just one.
No, and I think that's okay. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying it shouldn't be allowed. I think if that's what you want to do, fuck it. If you want to wear a fucking dress today, wear a dress today. If you want to wear a suit tomorrow, fuck it, do it. It's okay. What I'm saying is that it's like, oh, come on, like all right, which dressing room are you going to go to, dude? I'm next. I got to hurry up. Like, I just don't want it to interfere with my shit. You know what I mean? You can do what you want with your life, knock it out, and I will respect it, and I will fight for your right to do that.
100%.
I will
think
fight for
that's the
anybody's
thing.
right to do that.
Yes.
And that's the truth. I won't, well, they're crazy. Because then I'm just being another fucking dick.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to say you have to be this.
Like, no. If
That's just, you don't have to be anything. You can be whatever the fuck
like,
you
for
want.
instance, I really respect parents who have kids, and their kids want to dress up different gender, or they want to make a mohawk, or they want to dress up like Frankenstein to go to. I mean, fuck, cool. Let your child develop and let your child be whoever your child's gonna be.
Sure.
Whether it be gay, straight, or crazy, or wild, or nuts, whatever. You know what I mean? Good for it. No, go for it. But you ask me like, what? I'm like, oh, come on, really? Like, how many more letters are we gonna put to the thing? How many more? And I'm not. I know you saying I'm telling everything. I'm not going backwards on this. What I'm saying is, I think that sometimes it's a little too much. It's like somebody going, I'm going to be a cat, and I'm just going to wear my cat costume all day, and I'm going to purr on people's legs. I'm like,
I'll lock that
look,
bitch
all right,
up in a fucking litter box.
no, I know,
bro.
but I'm saying, I'm going. Like, in
Yeah,
my
you
mind,
can't come outside.
Right, in my mind, I'm going.
Stop
All right,
talking because
You're an
cats-
inside cat.
Right.
Cats don't talk, bitch. Stop talking, dude.
No, that's
Just
the
meow.
thing. I'm gonna be like, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm like, look, you don't be a fucking cat, wear a cat, fine, but look, just don't. Go. I don't want to fucking know. Just do it. Just go. Like, I don't want to have to fucking pay extra for my taxes so you get litter. You know what I mean? Fuck like whatever.
That's all my
Like,
teeth, bro. Like, okay.
But now goddamn, now I sound homophobic. This is weird.
Fuck.
I'm just.
My dad's
I'm
trying
just
to tell you, bro. He don't want to be seen as a grandpa or a grandma, dude. He's a fucking grandma pa.
a grandparent.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. You see?
Person.
More inclusive, Hooter.
Yes.
No. All right. So anyway, we got to get ready to wrap this up. But you're on the GoFundMe. What is it?
No, it's Indiegogo, guys.
Indiegogo.
Yeah, and and if you can't donate, that's fine. Check it out and just share it. I'll be happy with that.
Is it
I'll
on
be
your
happy with that.
website? Do you have joymedina.com? Is the
Yeah, it's
link
not
there?
on there because
Oh, it's not. Okay.
my Asian website
Okay,
person
so
died.
where
But
is the link?
it is on Indiegogo. If you go to Indiegogo page, so
Okay.
Indiegogo.com.
INDI.
Yes, it's
GOO.
Indie AINDI GoGo.com and look up Philly Delight, PHILLY, and then the letter D dash LITE, Philly Delight. Or if you go to my Instagram and all that, it's on there as well. Joy Medina Comic is my Facebook and all that stuff. And if you can donate $1, I'll take it. And I literally mean it. I just going to say early real quick, and I'll make this quick, was I could see everybody who donates, and there's people who've donated 200, 100 here and there. But there was one person that donated $5, and I look at that, and that $5 means a lot to me emotionally because I know that person who donated $5 did it with that's probably the only $5 he had.
You know what's a trip?
You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck, thank you. That meant a lot to me. So $1, dude, I'll take $1.
Donald Trump and Barack Obama, not trying to, pick a side or anything, but they both had a lot of grassroots supporters that would send in $1.
Right.
But when you have that many, it makes a fucking
makes a
difference.
huge
It makes
difference.
a huge fucking difference.
And if 100 people send in $1, it's $100.
Yeah,
If
it's
1,000
$100.
people send in, it's $1. And the thing is, we could all spare $1. Matter of fact, there was I donated 5 to the thing. I donated more actually, but there was one time I was off. Like I wanted it to be 1,400, and it was like 1,395. I'm like, I hate seeing that. I want it to be 14, so I fucking donated $5. All right, brought it up to 14. I'm like, all right, I'll do that. But so it really matters because I know there's times where people hit me up for stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't have the cash, man. I just don't have the cash.
Yeah.
But I'll forward it. I'll give $20. All that shit matters. All of it matters, and it's a great project. So that's.
It
even
sounds
better.
like a great project, and we'll put the link on the description to the episode. Again, fucking A, dude, congratulations. It's the movie's called Philly D-LITE, and Indiegogo.com is where you can find it, and it'll be on the description here.
Thank you.
And you guys can hook up Joey because I want to see this finished project. It sounds fucking awesome.
It's really gonna be really deep film, man. It's not gonna be. It does. And if you see my stuff. If you go to Indiegogo page, you could see the lesson that I did, and that's a short film. That's also on there. And you can see that I don't make shitty shit. I don't make stuff that looks like crap. You know what I mean? My stuff looks good, except for El Matador. That looked horrible. But that was funny. That was the first one. But yeah, so the stuff is going to look good. My DP, my partner on this project, is he's got 2 Emmy Awards. So it's going to be beautiful, and I really, really can't wait to do this.
Fucking hey, congratulations.
Thanks,
dude.
guys. You guys rock it. Forgive me for being late again.
Oh no, it's all
No
good.
worries, bro.
Everybody, man. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Have a great fucking 2020. We won't be back until I think the week of January 6th. So until then, fucking stay fucking yo-yoing and doing whatever it is that you fucking do. We love you, motherfuckers.
That's right.
Peace.
I think I could overdrive it just a little.